All right, guys, I do have a Thursday morning editorial for you, as well as a cold. You're going to hear me sniffling. It's because I have a cold. No, I do not have COVID. My job entails me working with the public sector, and somebody I know had contact with a positive person, and I was like, so I went and got tested, and I'm negative. So, thank God, right? But I know some of you are going to say something about that. Yeah, you sheep, you. Anyway, I have a Thursday morning editorial for you, and this one's out of Connecticut, and I'm going to put two links in the description box below. Reference this story and this incident, as well as I'm going to give you a video clip of what happened and let you make your own determinations on whether this cop used excessive force or not. Let's get to the first one. TheThinkering.com brings us what happened. A Bridgeport, Connecticut police officer, Richard Cretella, was seen on video abusing a local teen. Acting Chief Rebecca Garcia announced he has been relieved of his responsibility after irresponsible behavior caught on tape. According to Police Chief Rebecca Garcia, quote, after careful review of all evidence and rebuttal information provided during his due process hearing, it is clear that Officer Cretella engaged in utilizing excessive force during an incident involving a City of Bridgeport resident. The abuse happened on April 1st, 2020. No, it's not an April Fool's joke. After the teen was stopped for possible curfew violations. The 20-year veteran officer decided to declined to comment.
You mind if I ask you a few questions? I'm looking for some information.
I ain't got nothing to say to you, sir.
However, Chief Garcia added, Officer Cretella engaged in inappropriate behavior that is not reflective of the department and will not be condoned nor tolerated.
Oh! 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 Yeah, why you smacking him in his face? Nah, that's police brutality, yo. Yeah, why you choking him? Yo, why is you choking him?
Stop resisting. He's under arrest. He's resisting.
He wasn't resisting. I seen him. Real talk, yo. This is crazy, yo. Why is you choking him? He can't breathe.
To give up now?
Oh, yes.
So then you jump to almost a year later. Now it's January 2021. And the news is broke that they've made it official. He's been fired. Now, back in April 1st, 2020, I don't believe he was fired. I think they were doing one of those investigations where they were looking at it, and the union was kind of involved. The union's still going to get involved, as you will hear here. But they made it official now. It's been announced that he's been fired for this incident that happened back on April 1st, 2020. Let's look at that story. Thank you, sfgate.com, for this story. Out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, a 20-year veteran Bridgeport police officer has been fired for using excessive force during an arrest last year, officials announced. Officer Richard Cretella was fired Wednesday after an internal affairs investigation into the April 1st, 2020 arrest, Acting Chief Rebecca Garcia announced. Brad Seeley, president of the Bridgeport Police Union, said the union will file a grievance over Cretella's firing. Brad Seeley said in a statement, all citizens have a right to due process, and Officer Cretella is no exception. The union will take the necessary steps to ensure Officer Cretella's rights are preserved. The thing I want to get you to is this incident was over a possible curfew violation. That's it, curfew violation. And remember back April 2020, remember the COVID and all the pandemic was really hitting hard at that point, and there were curfews. So they were basically trying to, because we had curfews here in Southern California as well. So they were trying to enforce this curfew. This kid was taken to the ground and slapped and punched for curfew violation. Now, I get it. Granted, he was resisting the police officer, whether he was resisting arrest or whatever he was resisting, but it was over a curfew violation. He didn't steal a Snickers. He didn't, rob some old lady's hand purse. He didn't try to carjack someone. It was a curfew violation. But I love what they say. Officer Curtella has rights. Now, what about the rights of the citizen? What about the rights of that kid? Well, he was violating curfew and he was this. Curfew violation, guys. So, I don't know. I'm not going to give the cop a pass on this one. Even though the kid was resisting him, curfew violation. So now he's been fired, but that gets me every time the union says, every time a police officer violates someone's rights or uses excessive force, the union says, the officer has rights. What about the citizen? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers, to include those cops yelling, I have rights, and from coast to coast.